Welcome to Diablos in Podcastica with Toomey and Wadzilla.
Welcome into another episode of Diablos in Podcastica. As always, I am Joshua Toomey, joined by...
Wadzilla! Oh, yeah! What's up?
What's going on, man? You know, just a little quarantine, hanging out, a little self-quarantine.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it now because I'm having a drink for the first time since the last time we recorded. Believe it or not, with all this chaos, I haven't been in the mood to drink. So I'm having fun tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time tonight. You know, we've been hanging out at the house. Are you watching anything on your Netflix, on your Hulu?
Let's see. What am I binging? Right now I'm binging Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm on season 5. That's what I've been binging. That and All in the Family are my binging shows.
So you're telling me you're not watching Tiger King?
What the hell is that?
I'm broke as shit. I'm not changing the way I dress. I refuse to wear a suit. I've had some kinky sex. I have tried drugs.
It's a documentary about this guy in Oklahoma that has all these tigers, and it's if you could make a show with zero likable characters, it would be this show. There's a lot of it's all animal rights activists and people that own tigers that shouldn't have them, and meth and young kids. I mean, it's a whole mess, man.
I gotta say, it sounds riveting. I might have to check that out.
It's it's pretty nuts, man. It's like 5 or 6 episodes on Netflix. But yeah, I binged through them last night and this morning, and man, I gotta say, if you want to feel better about yourself, watch yourself some Tiger King.
Oh, good, because I need something to do now that they canceled Jerry Springer. I need something else to make me feel better about myself.
And one thing that will always make you feel good about yourself is a nice 5-star iTunes review, a nice 5-star Apple Podcast review, and we got some more of those, man. So what do you got this week?
Let's see. Here's one I want to read. I know who this is. This is a 5-star review from the Hasidic Headbanger, and that is my Jewish friend Stephen Kirsch. He left us a 5-star review entitled, "He's Back." But he should say, "We're back." Well, you never went away. I went away for a little while. But he says, and I quote, "What a podcast. I'm new to Toomey, and I love what I hear. As for Wadzilla, he's the master. This guy was born to rock on air. Everyone needs to listen. If you don't, then you're an idiot. Metal and comedy, the best combination."
I love it, man.
It depends on who you ask, because I know you don't like comedy with your metal. But as far as a podcast, you like it, right?
I like metal and comedy, just not mixed. You know, get your chocolate out of my peanut butter, get your peanut butter out of my chocolate.
Unless it's in the context of a podcast, though. Then it can be quite entertaining.
Well, I'm going to go over to the Diablos in Podcastica Facebook page, where you can also leave nice 5-star ratings, nice 5-star reviews. And we've got a couple of short and sweet ones, so I'm going to read both of them. But Adam Cox, the wonderful guy from over there, Decibel Geek.
I love that guy.
Wonderful show with 2 nice peeps and legendary podcasters. Great sound quality and hot takes on music and the world. Who says nice guys finish last? And then our good friend Kenneth Waugh says, "Killer new show. Love the flow of it so far. Can't wait to see where it goes." So 2 great reviews over there. So if you can't go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review, make sure to head over to the Facebook page and leave a nice 5-star rating. Nice 5-star review.
Wow. And the only thing, though, with Cox review is I think he meant to leave that on another show. Who's he calling 2 nice guys? He must have been listening to Cobras and Fires or something.
There you go.
Hey, but we'll take the mistake, man. I appreciate it. Both of you. Great review, and I want to thank the Hasidic Headbanger, Stephen Kirsch.
Our Henchmen.
Well, let's get into our Henchmen of the week. And if you want to become a henchman, make sure you are sharing the episode. Make sure you're heading over to the Diablos in Podcastica Facebook page and sharing from there, because it's so much easier to track down. So our Henchman of the week this week is Bill Elam, the aforementioned Adam Cox, Tim Bream, James West, Stuart Clement, Samuel Wetz, Keith Rockford, and Joel Baggett. So thank you guys for sharing and letting everyone know that you are checking out the show and that they should also be listening to Diablos in Podcastica.
Hell yeah, and I want to thank the meme machine, Tim Bream. Seemed he shared it the most this weekend. Man, I really appreciate this guy, and can't wait till I get to see him again. Who knows when that's going to be with all the shit that's going on in the world, but hopefully soon, man, because he's a cool dude, and, man, we really appreciate you getting the word out about the show. Henchmen fucking rule. So that's another thing we got to do.
Yeah.
We got to come up with a couple of shirts, when we start doing our merch. We got to have a Henchman shirt, too.
Absolutely. We'll have to get those, but we'll have to send those out to the people, though. Those those are like collector's items in the Diablos and Podcastica world.
Yeah, we'll figure some shit out. You're the smart one. Poor guy. That sucks being the smart guy on the show with me, because that pretty much leaves everything to you. But, man, I really do appreciate everybody checking this out. And we also need the winner of last week's contest. You have to come forward and let us know who you are, because nobody's contacted Toomey yet. Or let me know. Send me a message who is... that was Chilled 75 that won that one. But I need to know who he is so you can get your prize. And don't forget, keep those keep those reviews coming in on the Facebook. Well, there's two Facebook pages. There's a group and then there's a page. The page is where you want to show, you want to share from, and if you want to leave a review there. If you want to leave one there and on iTunes, that'd be great. But get those in so you can win our next contest, which is the signed Sepultura CD, their new album, Quadra. And I'm going to pick the winner of that one. What's the deadline for that one? Did we set up the deadline for that?
We'll go April 15th, tax day. So make sure to get your reviews in by April 15th.
Yeah, what was tax day? But this one we're not going to extend like the government. You got to get it in by April 15th so you can get that Sepultura signed CD. And Chilled 75, get me your info so you can collect your prize. The awesome Brian Posehn signed CD, signed by Brian Posehn himself and Scott Ian. Hell yeah.
One other thing we got this week is if you can't do a Facebook review, you can't do an iTunes review, you can't become a henchman, you record a rap. And friend of the show and friend of Rock and Metal Combat, friend of Talk to Me, Skribbal, sent over a nice rap the other day, man. What did you think about that?
Oh, I loved it, man. I thought it was great. You told me about it because I don't go, just so people know, if you try to contact me on the weekend, I'm not on Facebook on the weekends. I might go on there if it's something episode related to share, but now that shit gets done automatically, so I'm not on there. But Josh, you hit me up and you said, "Hey, have you seen this?" I was like, "No, I have no idea." And you sent it to me and I was like, "Whoa, how fucking cool is that?" I mean, I already knew he was a great rapper, but to do one about our show, and it was funny as hell, and I love the way he added little bits in from the show. Oh, man. I think we need to let everybody hear it in case you missed the post.
Yeah, we will post that in here right about now.
Run, two beach farmers run. Told me your Wadzilla bitch and they come. Cocaine habit, he ain't gotta have it. Sniff another motherfucking line and get at it. Turn the mic on, drip is kicking. Got the sickest army, that's the henchman. Dope is show to the next dimension. Way above the mother whack hosts and get mixed. Y'all can need shit, that's you peep it. Told me you rhymed in the brand new freak shit. Boom, shaking the whole damn room. Got the heavy metal nose while we toss the bros. Sit back in the pad with some liquor. A six pack in a bag and a grin. Diablos in podcast sticker. E and a J, bitch, hail to the kings.
Two dudes talking some metal news, some metal nonsense.
And I saw Danzig eat shit and I laughed my ass off and stayed in the moment. Still sung Godless.
Huge thanks to Skribbal for sending us over a rap. Make sure you're checking out his stuff over at Force 5 Records, and make sure you follow him. Even though he does a lot of rap stuff, huge Megadeth fan, huge metal fan, and a huge supporter of both our shows. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and I am going to be guesting on his show. I believe we're going to record it next week, so hopefully that'll be up soon. We're going to do top 10 6 Feet Under songs.
Oh God.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll be a short list. That'll be one.
Oh boy! All right, let me put
anything he did in Cannibal Corpse. But.
Let me put that on the list. Okay, 6 Feet Under, Judas Priest, no good, no good.
Mark that off.
Oh, well, let's change the subject and get to some news. What do you say?
The news.
It's the news.
All right. So, going on this week. Boy, Sebastian Bach is making some friends on Facebook. I love it. I love it. He came out today and said, the only person more asinine than Donald Trump is someone stupid enough to vote for him. And, yeah. And, well, I got to say, because I'm not going to lose any money because I don't make any money. I agree with that. I am a Trump hater. But, man, I love that he came out and said this because he knows he's going to get his ass tore apart on Blabbermouth because it is so fucking right-wing on there. And, boy, the comments didn't fucking... I couldn't even make it all the way through the article. You know, once I read the headline, I'm like, okay, comments. I got to see this shit. Popcorn time. Let's see this shit. And, hey, it's ballsy. And I respect that he says what he feels and doesn't care about it. The same way I respect Ted Nugent for the same thing. I agree with almost nothing on Ted Nugent, but you know what? I love my Ted Nugent albums. And, you know, I wish people would be more accepting to the left when they speak on here. But a lot of people, man, once you come out with that, they're like, oh, I'll never buy another record again. I don't care what anybody does. Hey, I still listen to Michael Jackson, and he fucks kids, you know. You ain't going to stop me from listening to Off the Wall. Too bad. Shouldn't let your kid go over there in the first place, dumbass. So.
Wow. Yeah, there's definitely a line of demarcation when it comes to certain bands. But yeah, it is funny the love that Michael Jackson still gets, even though of all the accusations from over the years.
Yeah, that's how you know you're good. If you can fuck little kids, and everybody's like, yeah, but man, that fucking Thriller, you know, that's powerful.
Well, you know what we need? We need some Kiss news, right?
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Hey, fuck it. It was too funny not to talk about it. I was going to bring it up if you didn't, but I'll go ahead and let you read it.
So Tommy Thayer still doesn't know what he will do after Kiss completes the End of the Road tour. So during question and answer portion of an evening with Tommy Thayer at the Outtakes Bar and Grill in New Hope, Minnesota, Kiss guitarist Tommy Thayer was asked his plans. You know, he gets that asked a lot. He doesn't really know, basically, what he says. And the last show will be at currently July 17th, 2021. So, I mean, to give him a break, I don't know what I'm going to be doing after July 17th, 2021 either.
Yeah, but I'm not contemplating who I'm going to impersonate either. So, you know, I'm just going to be myself. But, you know, just being Tommy Thayer don't pay the bills. If he ain't dressed up like Ace Frehley, who gives a shit? You know, there's probably more people going to that new metal reunion festival than would go see a Black and Blue reunion. You know, it'd
probably be about the same size crowd.
He'll probably go back to like fetching jeans slippers and shit like that. I'm sure in some capacity, you know, because Kiss nerds are still, you can remaster every album 10 times and they'll go back and buy it, or they'll buy some new fucking bobbleheads and shit. So maybe he can work in the shipping department or something, you know. Because you know he probably not making a shit ton of money in Kiss. You know what I mean? Probably not what people think. You know, I'm sure him and Eric Singer get, you know, decent. I mean, they make more money than me. That's for damn sure. But you know, they're nowhere to equal partners or anything like that. And probably, I would assume they don't get a lot of merch money either. You know, a lot of bands. I know that was a thing in. Like in the Ramones, that was their biggest thing, was T-shirt sales. And some of the non-original guys, that was their big bitch, that they got little or no money from those T-shirt sales. And, you know, that's the Ramones. I can only imagine how bad Kiss is with that shit.
All right, so I just Googled Tommy Thayer's net worth, and it pulled up current and former Kiss members' net worths. So we'll go from bottom to the top. I'm going to ask you what you think their net worth is, and you tell me the number. The first one they have a number for is Bruce Kulick.
Bruce Kulick. First of all, I never believe any of these net worths.
They're never right, but
no, they're never right. I would say Bruce Kulick is worth $2 million.
You're way off. $35 million.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, good for him. Peter Criss. I would say Peter Criss is, well, he's not worth a shit, but his bank account, I would say $10 million.
$3 million.
Woo!
Ace Frehley.
Ace. Oh my God. 8 million.
He's another 35 million. I don't know where that number comes from. Eric Singer.
Eric Singer. 10 million.
15 million.
15 million. Good for him. Good for him.
Tommy Thayer.
Tommy Thayer. 15 million.
10 million.
10 million. Good.
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons. Ooh. I know his is going to be inflated no matter what. I would say 40 million.
350 million.
Woo! Good for him.
And then Paul.
Oy vey.
And then Paul Stanley.
Okay, Gene's was 300.
Yeah, 350.
I would say if Gene's is 350, I would say Paul's is 280.
It says 150 million.
Wow.
So I guess Gene's got his, all those Gene Simmons sodas right there.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, still, you got to take this into consideration. Whatever they say it is, I would say take off probably half. That's probably, what they are. And sometimes I wonder, is that current worth or is that what they've made? Because...
Yeah, I've always wondered if that's if they sell everything that they own right now, would that be in their bank account?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That's what they have in equity and stuff, maybe, and not actual, if, I've probably got about, $100 in the bank, but if I sold some records, I might be worth 150.
Right.
So yeah, those things are often inflated. So, but interesting nonetheless.
All right. Well, what do you got?
I already told you $100 in the bank. That's all I got.
Well, I'm going to need you to sell some records because we got T-shirts to make.
Yeah. Once that T-shirt money starts rolling in, and that commercial money we get, but no, I don't want to brag about my personal finances. Let's talk about Armored Saint. They completed recording a new album, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I was late to the game with Armored Saint, but I really love them. The last album, When Hands Down, I liked the album, but I got to say I liked La Raza more. And I know I'm way in the minority there. I know a lot of people really didn't care for La Raza, but I really dug it. I didn't think When Hands Down was bad, but I didn't think it was, as good as their previous stuff. But, I'm definitely going to check it out. And hopefully I finally get to see them live. Because I've never got to see Armored Saint. Hopefully all this shit we're going through right now dies down and bands get back on the road. It's going to be hard, though, because when they do, who the fuck's going to have money to go see these bands if nobody's working? So that's going to be quite a conundrum. We might not see major tours till 2021. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Actually, before we started this, I just got off the phone with the bass player Trivium doing the interview with him, and that was the big thing we were talking about. I mean, they got announced on the summer tour was Megadeth, Lamb of God, Trivium, and In Flames. I mean, that's a monster, amphitheater tour right there, and they're just hoping and praying that they can, keep that tour.
Oh, yeah, I feel for a lot of these people, man, that's their income, And who knows? Probably a lot of them don't have health insurance and shit like that. And yeah, it's a scary situation for everybody. It's not just us working stuff suffering, man.
All right, man. Well, a band that we talked about on one of the first episodes of the show, Mr. Bungle, is re-recording songs from the Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo.
Yes.
And I think you and I talked about that, man. When I saw those songs live, I was like, if I could get a good quality recording of these songs, I think that would be amazing. And they've been kind of teasing that they've been doing this, but now they've officially come out and said that they will be re-recording songs from the Raging Wrath. Trevor Dunn says they wrote that when they were 15 and 17 years old, continued to be relevant to us, Mr. Bungle bassist explained to Revolver Magazine. The original demo was never fully realized. It was a DIY 4-track tape recording, fully self-produced by our naive and wondering minds. So, I mean, you've talked about that, trying to find a good quality version of that album, and it's just not out there. So I think them re-recording this, man, is going to be some good stuff.
It is. It's good, but it's bittersweet because I really wish it was the original Bungle doing it, and that's no disrespect to Scott Ian and Lombardo because I think they're incredible. But to me, it's going to be weird hearing Bungle without like the horns and shit and stuff. I don't know if they're going to replicate that some way or if somebody else is going to play them because that was a big part of their sound, and they have nobody in their lineup right now that's doing. Well, I don't know. You saw him live. Did anybody play any, saxophone or weird instruments when you saw him?
No, it was just the 5 of them up there. A full-on, metal thrash assault.
Well, I gotta say, I did see a video. I think I saw it yesterday on one of these, the stories talking about this, and I watched the video footage, and the audio was actually good. It didn't sound like it was recorded on somebody's flip phone. And man, they sounded amazing. Really good, really tight. I heard when they did Hella Waits and Summer Breeze and shit, and I was really impressed. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to buy this. That's for damn sure. And I would like to see a new studio album, too. But, again, it's weird because it is such a different... It's like Bungle 2.0, really, in a way. And that's I'll take that over none. But it's kind of like, Van Halen with Wolfgang. Right. It's still good, but it ain't, it ain't Van Halen, and it ain't Mr. Bungle, but it's the best we're going to get.
It's even more Van Halen. You get more Van Halen in the mix.
Yeah, but sometimes less is more.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, here's somebody else that I saw I saw some video footage, and I was really impressed, at least vocally, and that was former Queensryche singer Geoff Tate. He's doing this tour now where he's playing all of Empire in its entirety and all of Rage for Order in its entirety.
It's a deep drinking wine, I would pair this with red meat, definitely.
And I was really impressed, but then again, when I saw him with his version of Queensryche, I thought he sounded really good, because he's one of those, you hear, he can't sing anymore, he can't do this. Well, I thought he sounded really good, and on those videos I just saw, I thought he sounded amazing, but the band, clearly, I mean, while competent, it wasn't, Queensryche good, you know what I mean? The drummer's not Scott Rockenfeld, and the guitar player wasn't DeGarmo and Winton and stuff, but vocally, he sounded really good, and if he came back around when people start touring again, I would definitely go check it out, because I was really impressed. Are you a Queensryche fan at all?
I'm not going to answer these questions anymore.
Okay. hey, Queensryche is one of those bands. Queensryche, people love them or hate them, so I don't think, you're going to lose any more supporters if you say you don't like Queensryche, So
I don't mind Queensryche. Some of the stuff that I've heard, it's fine. It's good, whatever.
All righty. You got another story?
A band that you and I talked about, we both enjoy. Powerman 5000 signs with Cleopatra Records. Yeah. And the Noble Rot album will be due out later this year. And, man, I think times are tough when you're signing with Cleopatra Records.
Oh, yeah, dude. Cleopatra, that makes fucking CMC look like Warner Brothers. Cleo, that ain't bottom of the barrel. That's two guys holding up the barrel. Have a record label called Cleopatra. For those who don't know, Cleopatra, I think, mostly is known for putting out, like, bargain basement compilations. Like greatest hits, or a lot of times they're those horrible, like, re-recorded greatest hits.
And tribute albums that feature, they'll say members of Kiss, and it'll be, Bob Kulick on it or something.
Right. Alan Schwartzberg from Kiss.
Yeah. So, that's a rough one.
And again, like I do with every new Powerman 5000, I'm going to check it out. I'll more than likely be disappointed, but you never know. I'll give it a try, though. At least I'll give it a try. But if it's...
Yeah, I mean, the last album actually wasn't too bad. Had a few good songs on it.
Maybe I'll check it out again, because I'm pretty bad. Like, once a band puts out that many albums, I'm like, no. I'll still check out the new one, but you're lucky if I give you 2 songs. And if it's like nothing grabs me and I flip through a couple, I was like, well, I'll keep it in the collection and probably never go back to it. But hey, man, if they could put out another Mega Kung Fu, that'd be awesome.
Right.
But that's like Metallica.
I really enjoyed the song No White Flags on the last album.
No white flags, I've had enough. No giving in, no giving up. No white flags, it's my war. No taking names, no keeping score. No white flags, no white flags, no white flags, no white flags.
Yeah.
The last album, New Wave, came out 2017. It's already been 3 years. My goodness.
Did you hear the album that they put out that was all covers?
Yeah.
Clones.
Woo.
Woo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you like that one? Is that what you're saying?
We'll get it. We'll get into that one more when we talk about our album this week about covers.
You got one last one, and then we'll dive into album of the week.
All right. Well, here's something to show you. Sometimes I just don't give up on a band, or something can come around and maybe I'll change my opinion. Pearl Jam just released their new album. I believe it's pronounced Gigaton.
Billboard numero uno. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody got to the cover of Time Magazine. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Gigaton? I don't know. But Pearl Jam was a band, I bought the first album. I thought it was all right. But then I really started hating it just because it was everywhere. It was everywhere. So I just didn't want to... I didn't want to know it, just too burned out. And from then on, they started just putting out songs that were... Thankfully, they stopped doing videos, but if you turned on the radio, you would just hear, like, Daughter and Better Man, and, just horrible, horrible. So I checked out on Pearl Jam, like, fuck this shit. And I always respected them, because they stood for a lot of stuff I believed in, like when they took on Ticketmaster and shit like that. I was like, yeah, they're absolutely right. And here's a band that's that huge and can actually do something and had the balls to try at least. So I always respected them. And I liked a lot of their side bands. I loved, Mad Season, Brad, Hater. There's all these kinds of different side bands that came out of it. Temple of a Dog, I like some of it. But I love the new fucking Pearl Jam song. The Dance of the Clairvoyants, really good, really good. So I got the album. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I made it through about half, and gotta say, not bad, not bad. Nothing great reinventing the wheel, but hey, it got me listening to them again. So I'll always keep an open mind. But I liked it a lot better than anything I've heard from them in a long time. But then again, I guess if you don't check out the album, you don't know what they're putting out. But right. it made me check them out again. Are you a Pearl Jam fan at all?
I've already told you, man. I'm not answering these questions. I think I'm probably in the same boat with you on Pearl Jam. I got into the first couple of albums, and then I just dropped off. I mean, with the just oversaturation of all of it, and again, I was going way heavier at the time than what they were putting out. Right.
Honest answer, fair answer. We feel the same on that. So if you're going to attack Toomey, come at me too, bro. Because I feel the same.
All right. So the last story before we get into our album of the week, and this is a band that is near and dear to both of our hearts, and that's Pantera. And they're going to release the 20th anniversary edition of Reinventing the Steel this year. have to say, man, I get excited to go to the record store, to go to Best Buy or wherever I can find a record these days on these re-release dates for these albums. And, like a Kiss fan, they can just change it up just a little bit. I'm going to go buy it again. And, Pantera albums still, these re-releases are something that I still enjoy to go pick up.
Oh, yeah, and I just can't wait to have it on vinyl, personally. I'm definitely getting on vinyl. I don't buy anything on CD anymore. If I buy it, I buy vinyl. I get a copy to have on my computer, to have on my phone, and I always get like the highest quality, sound wise. But I'm not buying CDs. The only time I'll get a CD is if I go to a show and I want to support the band, and they don't have vinyl. But a lot of them now, if you go, they have the vinyl, so I'll always get that. But definitely, because I still need to get. I don't have the vinyl of my favorite album, fucking Southern Trendkill. I need to get that, but I'm definitely going to get this one too. It's my least favorite of the classic era, but I still love it. So I'm definitely going to buy it, and maybe I'll re-fall in love with this album. Again, I don't hate it. I just don't think it's as revolutionary as the others were. As Cowboys through Southern Trendkill. But I'll definitely get it. You never know. It might be something that missed with me. But I have some other friends who feel the same way. One friend of mine, he hated the album, which I don't get. I mean, to me, there's nothing bad on there to hate. And he was a huge Pantera fan, still is. But he's like, nah, that album just didn't do it for me. So, who knows, maybe...
it's funny, you say stuff like that, but then you start going through the song titles, and you're like, Yesterday Don't Mean Shit, and Revolution Is My Name, and Death Rattle, and We'll Grind the Axe for a Long Time. I mean, you go through the songs themselves, and you're like, man, that's a good song, and that's a good song, and I'll Cast a Shadow is a good song. So it's like, it's easy to say that this is your least favorite album out of 5 albums of, complete masterpieces. But yeah, it's like once you get back into it, you're like, oh, well, you know what? Actually, this album might just get a bad rap.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. You mentioned those songs. I'm like, yeah, but I still say there's something missing on this album, and I can't put my finger on it, but to me, there's just something off, but it's still great. Now, if any other band put it out, I'd be like, oh, this is their masterpiece. This is their Physical Graffiti. But with Pantera, like I said, I've said it previously, I think they were just like on an up. They just kept going up and experimenting and doing different, and they just leveled out on this. It's still quality, but it's not going up. It's just maintaining. But the way they went up, I mean, I don't know if it's humanly possible to keep going from where they were going.
Right.
At some point, it's not like fucking In Through the Outdoor,
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Presence. I love Presence, great album. But it's not as, not a game changer as much as I think the previous Led Zeppelin albums were. But in a lot of ways, I love Presence more because you don't hear it on the radio every 5 seconds. But yeah, definitely be buying that one.
Get that one on vinyl.
Album review.
All right. Well, I'll let you pick out the album this week. You gave me a couple choices, and I picked from that. And why don't you tell us what we're talking about this week?
Album of the week this week is Fear Factory's 3rd studio album. It's entitled Obsolete. Came out in July of '98. It just kind of goes from, Souls of the New Machine was way more of a death metal album. And then they kind of started really experimenting on Demanufacture, adding in Burton's more singy vocals with more of the industrial feel with riffs galore. And then I think they kind of put it all together on this one, man. It's a fucking fantastic album. It's a concept album, if you didn't catch that. It tells the story of Conception 5. Whole man versus machine kind of stuff that's kind of always been in there, and kind of a theme in all of their albums. But, it's funny. I kind of gave it to you without even going back and listening to it. And then I put it on again, and I was like, man, such a good album.
Well, this is... When I didn't know them when the first album came out. And I went back today and kind of went through their discography because I have them all, but I haven't listened to them all. And yeah, wow! When I listened to what's that? Soul is the Mind Killer, or whatever the first one is. Soul the New Machine. Yeah, that's fucking death metal. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, if you were to put that on, for me and say, who is this? You know this band. Who is this? I never would have guessed in a million years Fear Factory. Like, no way at all. From what I know of Fear Factory. And they first came on my radar, I heard about them, and then I saw them open up for Ozzy when he did a club tour right before the release of Osmosis. And it was just nobody. There might have been a couple people up front, and I think they were just being nice and going chaotic because they were up front. But everybody else is like, what the fuck is this shit, This is fucking terrible, and I didn't get it at all. What changed my mind was seeing these guys at Ozfest. I believe they headlined the second stage, and okay. I was impressed with them live. And this album had already come out. As a matter of fact, when I got it, I got the re-release. I bought it after I saw them at Ozfest, and I got the re-release that had Cars added to it and about 3 or 4 other songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's something about this band that I want to like them more than I do. Because I think they do have a unique sound. And I find them original just because I don't really know any other bands that sound like Fear Factory, but Fear Factory draws from a lot of different elements. I mean, there's industrial in it, there's new metal in it, weird vocals, and all their shit. A lot of them are concept albums. This one is actually... part 2 of a trilogy that started with Demanufacture. And Lynchpin is not Lynchpin, but Dig Immortal, the album with Lynchpin on it. The album after this is the 3rd part of the story. Now, these all go together, but like you mentioned, almost all their albums are concept albums, and almost all of them have to deal with man and machine. So, if you don't like Terminator metal, you probably ain't gonna like this shit.
Right.
But there's just something off about it. And then there's times when I'm like, yeah, I really like this song. I'm not ready to give up on these guys. But after listening to Obsolete, I realize why I haven't listened to this album in probably 18 years. I think since I listened to it all the way through. Because I got this one, and I like some of it, so I bought the next one. And I liked some of that, even though I thought it was kind of them going a little bit more commercial. But I actually think I like Dig Immortal, or Digimortal, whatever the fuck it is. I think I like that one better. But this one's definitely heavier. I guess my thing with this is the guitars. The guitar, because they got that new metal curse with guitars, where it sounds all the same to me. That's my biggest bitch about new metal. Is it's all the same fucking riff, it's 37 strings on the guitar, and they're all drop tuning, and it's like, I don't know.
It might be 37 strings, but you only play the top one.
Exactly. And there's no, I like guitar solos, man. I want to hear, and I see where people say, well, Pantera started this chung shit, but... yeah, there was that element in their music, but also there was some of the best guitar solos you ever heard in your fucking life. With new metal, you didn't get that. But what you did get with new metal, I think you got some great drumming, some great bass playing. But the guitars, it seems like you could switch out any fucking guitar player from any new metal band and put it in one, and you wouldn't know the fucking difference. I can't...
Well, actually, where I was kind of going to argue with you on that. Well, I can argue with you on that one with Dino's right hand and the preciseness of his guitar riffs. I think he kind of set himself apart for just being so precise and tight. To where a lot of new metal guitar players, I almost feel like they were very loose and kind of just a little bit more of a chug kind of thing. Where he was more of an attacking guitar player, and just even like Shock and Edge Crusher, and just a lot of that real fast double bass, plus the real fast guitar. You didn't get a lot of that in new metal, and we talked about this a little bit just off air, talking about new metal and what I liked, and previous bands and things like that. And I think the new metal that I liked was this type of stuff, even the Machine Head new metal, and Fear Factory and Biohazard and the heavier stuff, Soulfly and Sepultura, and
Right.
the heavier the better type stuff. To where a band like Shovel and I don't know Flybanger, it's not something I ever got into, but yeah, this was totally my my era of stuff. And Fear Factory of a lot of the bands, double bass was unheard of in a lot of the new metal bands, but so they were like super duper metal. And I think a lot of people don't like Fear Factory for Burton. A lot of people just don't like his singing voice.
Yeah, I can see that, because sometimes I really like his voice, and other times it annoys me when he does the that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But in certain songs it works, and in others, to my ears, it doesn't. And I can see what you're saying about Dino. Definitely, I think more metal than a lot of the new metal guitar players. You can tell he's capable of more, but he's not doing it. He is a little bit faster for new metal, but still, it just I find so much of it sounding the same. And while I was going around listening to different Fear Factory albums, I was like, well, let me check out the albums when Dino wasn't in the band and when their bass player moved to guitar, and let me see, is it any different? And on a lot of songs it wasn't. I gotta say, I kind of enjoyed the guitar playing on that more, because it was just, I don't know, more musical, at least to me.
Right.
But then I would go to the next song and okay, well, that sounds like the same shit fucking Dino was doing. But I could tell there's something enough about this band, because it has a lot of elements that I love. I love industrial. I'm a huge Ministry fan, and I like other shit like, Skinny Puppy and different shit like that. So I love that. I love sci-fi, which they have a lot in the lyrics. And the drumming, the drumming by Raymond Herrera, that guy, holy shit. And another one I highly recommend, if you want to give these guys a chance, or if you like them but you haven't listened to them in a while, get the album that they did with Gene Hoglan, Mechanize, because I was like, let me see if I can tell the difference on that. And oh my God, it's Gene Hoglan. And it's funny, I don't like Dark Angel at all. At all.
Yeah.
And people tell me, you get shit for not liking Judas Priest and shit like that. So many people tell me, oh, I don't like thrash because I don't like Darkness Descends. Sorry, that singer fucking kills it for me, just like fucking Violence, with that guy. But it's more than just the singing. It sounds like fucking noise to me. And I don't care how fast or how many fucking riffs you got on a goddamn album. It just doesn't sound that good. Doesn't mean I don't like Hoglan, because I love Hoglan. And what he's done with Testament, what I heard what he did with Fear Factory and Devlin Townsend and shit like that. He's a beast. I'm just not a fucking Dark Angel fan. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Not my bag, man. Not my bag. But
another thing about Obsolete that I like a lot is Edge Crusher. The song itself is the verse riffs with like an upright bass.
The purest nonconformist, jaded subhuman terrorist. For flesh to steal or blood to bleed, I fight to exist. Arrival of justice, extreme rush of hatred. Survival in a twisted world where nothing is sacred. Inflict strength upon destruction.
It just adds such a cool element to it, and I just remember from the first time I ever heard it, I was like, man, that's a really cool way to kind of throw you off there in the verses, having an upright bass in the middle of a technical metal album. And then I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but the bridge to this song. Where they actually have the scratching of the white noise is some of the coolest stuff I've ever heard in my life. And then getting to see them live with the guy from Frontline Assembly.
Frontline Assembly. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Rice from Frontline Assembly was out on tour with him at this time, and I got to see him a couple of times, and man, it's just so cool to see this live. And like you said, Raymond as a drummer probably doesn't get enough credit for being an amazing drummer, because this is technically before they could go back and really fix mistakes and overdub drums as well as they can now. If you miss a kick or you miss a snare now, they can just add it in. But back then, they're recording to tape, and you only get so many times to get it right. And they, what he makes drums sound like a drum machine when they're not. When he's just that good.
Oh yeah, he's incredible. But it's funny how people hear two different things. When I'm listening to this today, when Edge Crusher came on, and I remembered Edge Crusher because it's got that "Here come the Edge Crusher." I was like, this is why people hate nu metal. It's because of this song, or this is why people might not give Fear Factory a chance. And what you absolutely love about them is that's one of the songs where I'm like, now this just sounds like dime a dozen fucking nu metal to my ears, and we just had difference of opinion there. Now, what I really like on this album is something a lot of Fear Factory fans don't like. To me, the best song on here is Descent. And I think it's the most melodic, it's the most musical, and doesn't sound where I think a lot of these songs all sound the same to me and all blend into one another.
Yeah.
Every time I have listened to this, when Descent comes on, I'm like, this sounds like a tune,
Right.
But to some Fear Factory fans, or what's this fucking commercial shit, this radio shit, But to me, that's what works. And if they had more of a mix of songs like that, maybe Edge Crusher wouldn't get on my nerves so much. And it's fine if that's what you like. I mean, if nu metal is the sound that you like, then you're thinking I'm fucking crazy. You're like, Edge Crusher's the best fucking song on here, But I'm not the biggest nu metal guy. But I love Descent, and shit, I would say Descent's probably my favorite Fear Factory song that I've heard. Okay, so because I haven't heard every fucking song. And I really love Lynchpin off the next album, but boy, that's really, you want to talk about a change in the sound, because that shit's bouncy as hell. But
yeah.
But I love it. I think it's catchy. It's still heavy, but it's bouncy. You can tell it's more like, hey, we're going to get on the drive at 5 with this one.
Yeah, with Fear Factory, I would have gone, I liked Lynchpin and a little bit off of Digimortal, but technically, I'd probably say Demanufacture is probably one of my favorite album of theirs, just because it's it's kind of the classic one for me. But yeah, this
I gotta say, going back, I was like, well, let me check out Demanufacture again, because I remember checking that out a long time ago and just like, this is garbage. But I went back and listened to it today, and I was like, I'm hearing a lot more different stuff on Demanufacture, like what I would like to hear out of this band. And now I really want to go back, and I'm glad, because, I loaded this on my phone, and I also loaded, I was like, let me check out Digimortal again, and let me put on Demanufacture, because that's the one that everybody considers classic. And that's an album, that's going to be the next one I go check out. Because as I was skipping a little bit here and there, I was like, okay, now here's some different stuff, and it's like, it's not the death metal of the first album, and it's not as nu metal as Obsolete. Mm-hmm. I got a feeling that's going to be an album that's really going to make me like, okay, now I'm ready to check out the rest of their catalog with an open mind and see what I can find.
So with the bonus track of Cars being added on to it, what did you think of Cars at the time, and what do you think of it now?
Well, I've always loved that song, and I'm a Gary Newman fan. So, you had me there, but what a horrible trend that was in the mid to late 90s, was all these nu metal bands, they all had to do the 80s cover. Right. And I'm of two minds with covers as it is. So many times, you almost never come close to the original. And to me, it's a lazy way to get on the radio because, it's my same problem with a lot of rap. When they would sample a classic song, I'm like, well, fuck, man, you're halfway there.
Right.
You already got a beat that people know and love and can shake their ass to, and then you just do a dirty nursery rhyme on top of it, and like you're some revolutionary artist. No, the artist is the guy who wrote that beat that's making you shake your ass. And with these new metal bands, it's funny because they want to distance themselves so much from the 80s, and, we're what's new, we're what's happening, we're the new generation. But we're going to play shit that you loved in the 80s.
Except for the metal, we're going to play the pop that you liked in the 80s.
Right, yeah. And they're not even covering 80s metal songs. They're covering 80s pop. You got Orgy doing Blue Monday, and, Powerman 5000 did Let the Good Times Roll, and Machine Head did The Police, and...
Limp Bizkit did Faith.
Yeah, all this shit. I remember Korn covered Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. It's like, you want to act like you're the new shit, but man, the easiest way to get somebody to like you is to play the old shit. So, and it sticks out like a sore thumb on the album, and I didn't realize till I did the notes today. I thought when they did that just got thrown in the middle of the album, but from Cars on, it's all shit that's not part of the original album, of the concept. It starts with track number 1, Shock, and the story is over with Timelessness at 10. And the 4 track or 5 tracks after that have nothing to do with the album, which I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on in this story anyway. Hell, I read the whole story on Wikipedia, and I still don't know what the fuck's going on. But as far as covers go, I mean, I liked it. It's not much of a change. I mean, you got a little bit, crunchier guitars. But hell, you even got Gary Newman singing on the motherfucker, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, get him to do it with you.
Yeah, I guess. But then it almost gets to, well, what's the point? Why don't I just listen to Gary Newman? But, it's something I'll always play. If I put this on, I'm playing Descent in Cars. And most of the time, like, okay, well, what else am I going to listen to? Not a horrible album, but it really didn't win me over. But because of keeping an open mind and checking out their other stuff, I'm not giving up on these guys yet. But this album, as of right now, didn't really grab me all that much.
And you know what I feel about that? That's okay. It's okay to have It's okay to have your own opinion.
Oh, okay, you're not going to break up with me? Awesome. Awesome. There's still a show. This is going to be great. I think this is an important part in our relationship, being able to get past fucking Fear Factory.
I get, that not a lot of people are going to like Fear Factory, but I enjoy them. I enjoyed their earlier work, and once again, hopefully Rockin' Pod 4 happens, and we'll all meet Burton C. Bell, and have a good old time with Burton.
Yeah, and I would love to meet, and I'm going to tell him, man, boy, I hated you. And I like some of the stuff he did with Ministry, and I saw him with Ministry. He came out and played with them and did good.
Nice.
But I still don't like, and I have to do a review of it. This is a spoiler alert, but I still have to finish the fan episodes of my old podcast, and I have to review Plastic Planet, which is the album he did with Geezer Butler.
Oh, nice.
And I got to listen to it all the way through, but what I heard, Daddy no likey, at all. And I like the album that came after that a lot of people who liked the first Geezer album hated. So everybody's tastes are different. But I hope somebody goes and checks out Fear Factory. And if somebody never knew them and they check this out and that's their new favorite band, that's what I love doing. Whether I like it or not, if somebody else finds a new favorite band or a new album, or they might listen to this album and go, but I'm going to check out this one and like another one. That's what this shit's all about. Check out something new. Don't be like me and just listen to Judas Priest and that's it. That's pretty much all I listen to. But
oh, good God! Well, speaking of that, why don't we do a little something old, something new?
Something old, something new.
Okie dokie. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first this week. What do you got?
All right. My first one this week is a band I just discovered. And apparently they've been out for a while, but some other people on the Diablos group page already knew about, and that's the band Ambush. I believe they're from Sweden or Finland or some shit like that. One of those Nordic countries that has great health care and everybody's happy. But they're traditional metal. But fucking awesome. Oh my God, it's so refreshing. If you're somebody that's kind of stuck in the 80s, you know, and you think all new music sucks, go listen to this. This will make you happy, you know. If you like Judas Priest and Maiden and Old Wasp and stuff like just traditional fucking metal, check them out. And I think it's great that it doesn't sound like a pale imitation, though. It just sounds good, but that's the genre of music it is. So if you that's what you're lacking in your life is some newer, just traditional heavy metal, check out Ambush. The album I'm recommending is their newest album, Infidels. It's some good shit.
My Something New came out last year and was a big talk of my other show, Talk To Me. I kept saying it over and over that the song Bow Down by the band I Prevail off of their album that came out March 29th, 2019 called Trauma. Summer Jam was Bow Down. I absolutely loved it. They ended up playing Louder Than Life, and I went out and checked them out at Louder Than Life. Amazing live band, amazing heavy newer band. This is only their second album. They are from Michigan. Nice mainstream. They call them American metalcore band from Michigan. Man, I enjoy them. Good stuff.
Awesome.
One of the few bands in the last few years they actually have a platinum single. So, how about that for a change?
Okay, I'll have to go on YouTube and check that shit out.
It's good stuff, man. So, what you got for your something old?
My something old is one of my favorite bands, and this is their first album coming from the year of our Lord David Lee Roth, 1972, and that is the debut album from Blue Oyster Cult. Favorites. I love them. They're so weird and so different, and they didn't have to rely on fucking gimmicks or fucking makeup or nothing like that. They're just a great band of short people from New York that put out some really weird fucking music. And boy, you want to talk about weird. This first one is all over the place with heavy classic tracks like Cities on Flames and Rock and Roll, but also just totally weird shit like She's as Beautiful as a Foot. Whatever the fuck that means. But what a fucking song. Then came The Last Days of May, an amazing, slower, like not a ballad, but like a soft tempo song about a drug deal gone bad. Man, you want to talk about like a song where you can just listen to it and you can like see everything, close your eyes and you can see this movie unfold. Because it's so descriptive. Leaves nothing to the imagination. Just an awesome song. Transmniacon and MC. Killer stuff. I'm excited for their new album. Again, I don't have huge hopes for it, but I'm going to buy it no matter what. I love this band. If you can see them live, go do it, because they still put on an amazing show, and they were always on tour, except right now.
Which no one is on tour.
Yeah, but man, if you live anywhere near a casino or a fairgrounds, they are coming around you. And
if you have a county fair, they will be headlining.
Yeah, yes, they will. And if they're not headlining, go see them. They'll be on, before Badfinger. Or who did I? Boy, you want to talk about a crazy lineup? I saw them here in New Orleans.
Okay,
it was Christopher Cross, Blue Oyster Cult, and Foghat.
Nice.
Oh, God. I've talked about this before. It's so funny because all these bikers show up, for Blue Oyster Cult and Foghat. But they're all there when Christopher Cross is playing, and just to see these, bikers dancing with their hog mamas to the theme from Arthur was something to see, To see a grown man cry when Sailing plays, then you've lived. Then you've lived a life.
That sounds nice.
Oh, it was a great show. But yeah, Blue Oyster Cult, man, they're amazing. They're legends. They're different.
How many of those hog mamas did you get home with you that night?
None. I wasn't getting my ass beat by the biker. I just I just grab another beer, go in the portalette, and jack off like a good Christian. Yeah, that's what I did. And then I went home
with the door cracked a little bit.
yeah. So I could see that big ass through those chaps.
Right. And that was him.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say they were straight bikers, but that is my pick of the week, the debut album, Blue Oyster Cult.
All right, for my something old, I'm going to kind of go a little. I want to take a left turn here. We talk about a lot of stuff here. We talk about movies. We talk about music. We talk about all kinds of stuff. So my something old is a classic comedy VHS that I grew up on, and that's Eddie Murphy Raw.
New rules. That's the new rules in the house. I'm going to take the old rules off and put new rules up because you're going to listen to me, goddammit. I tell you to do something. You're going to put new rules up. You're going to put rules up. There's rules up. Rules. 1, Lillian cannot use the phone. 2, Lillian cannot... Since you're such a smart motherfucker, you can't go outside anymore either. Cannot go outside ever again.
Yeah.
Because with this self-imposed quarantine stuff going on, we've been going back and watching a bunch of stuff. And one thing that we've been laughing at...
I would like to talk to you about the things that you do in your show.
On me, I was like, hello, Mr. Cosby? And you hear, I would like to talk to you about some of the things that you do in your show.
First of all...
You cannot say filth, flarn, filth in front of people. And I said, I never said no filth, flarn, filth.
I never said no filth. But yeah, man, this is one thing I grew up on, and even through the 90s and 2000s, it was always a staple of the band house, and any traveling we did, any touring we did, we always had a copy of Eddie Murphy Raw. One of the most quoted things probably in my life. And man, it is watching it now, it's funny to look back and think that my dad actually let me watch this when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I'm like, all right, Dad, if that's what you allowed me to watch, this is what you get when I grow up.
Yeah, I mean, it's classic, it's timeless, and for people, my generation, and even you saw it when you were real young. I mean, I was a teenager when I saw it. But, man, remember when Eddie Murphy was dirty and funny? And I'm glad he's getting back to that now, because in the 90s, it's like, what the fuck happened to Eddie Murphy? Everything a damn kid's movie? And I couldn't believe it. I mean, in a way, I did believe it. But it just, to think about it for a second, when he put out this new Dolomite movie, that's fantastic. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, My Name is Dolomite. Awesome. Eddie Murphy is incredible in it. That was his first R-rated movie since Life with Martin Lawrence in 1999. I
Wow.
mean, this guy just everything Dr. Doolittle and that fucking Nutty Professor crap and fucking Shrek and Drek and all this other fucking shit. Like, what happened to Dirty Eddie Murphy? Because in the 80s, when I was growing up, man, he was the shit. I mean, I still loved, I was raised on Richard Pryor and George Carlin, Lenny Bruce, shit like that I was raised on. Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
But when Eddie Murphy came out, that was like my shit. I was probably 9 years old when Delirious came out. And from then on, I was hooked. I saw the movies in the theater. Shit, I even went and saw Best Defense in the fucking theater. And I love that they make the joke about that in Raw. The guy's like, I even went and saw Best Defense. Which, if you guys don't know, was a horrible Dudley Moore movie that they tested, and it did so bad, Paramount, begged Eddie Murphy to do, this little cameo in it. And they tried to sell it like he's a big part of the movie, and he's not. And it's a horrible movie.
One of those.
Yeah, but it just to show. Yeah, see, you don't even know about it. this was.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and see that one.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And that's a great pick for something old. But while you're talking about movies, I know people love to hear us talk about movies as well. So I have a couple that I want to recommend that everybody can check out now that you're on quarantine. Since they're not releasing shit out in theaters because they're all closed, there's some new movies that they offered you can get. I believe you can buy them on Amazon, or Vudu is a very popular site that everybody has on their Blu-ray player or their smart TV or their computer. But they released The Invisible Man and The Hunt are two adult movies that were released. I think they released a couple kids movies too. Mm-hmm. And this week they're releasing that Birds of Prey movie is coming out early, and I think the new Vin Diesel. But I watched The Hunt and The Invisible Man, and I loved them both. I thought The Invisible Man was a great take. These, reboots and remakes and everything, 9 times out of 10, they're horrible. I thought they did a fresh take on this, and suspenseful, kept me engaged the whole time. And The Hunt, I thought, was just a lot of fun. The Hunt was a movie that was supposed to come out in September and got pushed back to, it came out the week before all this shit went down, it was released in March. But there was all this hoopla about it, and the president even talked about it, because the premise is a group of ultra-liberal people hunting like Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that, yeah.
Right, but it's a satire. It's a satire. It's like a comedy, horror, thriller movie with, if you like comedy, it's funny. If you like, people getting killed, there's some great fucking kills in it. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, because it makes fun of the liberals, it makes fun of the conservatives. Nobody's spared. But the premise was, it's liberals hunting deplorables. So the president, this is a new low for Hollywood. And it got some hype for that. And I think a lot of the hype was exaggerated, too, to build anticipation for the movie. But it's fun. It's entertaining. It's a comedy horror. If you're with your kids, as long as they can handle horror, they can handle it. Unfortunately, there's no titties in it. But there are some great kills and a lot of laughs. I recommend both of those. What they have set up now, it's $19.99, and you get the movie for, I believe, 48 hours or 72 hours. It's one of those. But once you get it, you can watch it as many times as you want during that time span.
Right.
For $20. And like I mentioned, by the time this episode's up, they're going to release Birds of Prey, the new Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie DC movie, the movie with Vin Diesel, Bloodshot, I think, is another comic book movie. And you're going to see some other stuff come out depending on how long this whole quarantine lasts. There's talks now. It might end early. It might get extended. And you're going to see movie studios do this because they have to have some kind of money coming in. Now, you've already seen some blockbusters that have just got pushed way the fuck back. Like the new James Bond now isn't being released till November. And there was talk that the new Wonder Woman movie was going to be released, but the studio has denied that because that's something they put so much money into that motherfucker. They want those big movie theater dollars. But I do believe this is going to be a game changer, and you're going to see a lot more of this now. Because there's a lot of people who want to see these movies but don't want to go to the theaters. You know, you can pause it, you can sit there, watch it in your fucking stinky drawers, or you can take your stinky drawers off. You know, you can pause it and go take a shit, do whatever. But there's nothing like seeing something on the big screen. You know, I love movies.
I was going to ask you, do you like going to the movies?
I do, and I think it's important. I don't want to see it to end. I got to admit, the older I get, the less I want to go to the theater. Yeah. And I've turned into my grandfather, because me and my grandfather went all the fucking time. I mean, we would usually see 2 to 3 movies a week, every week when I was growing up. But my grandfather would always go to the back of the theater, and I would want to sit in the front row, you know, even into my teens. Wow. You know, where my grandfather, I don't want nobody coughing on the back of my fucking neck. You know, I don't want this, that. You know, I just want to watch the movie. And I'm kind of that way now. Especially you go into a movie theater, you got kids on their phone the whole fucking time, or talking or messing around. Shit, I might have done when I was a kid, but as a fucking grown ass adult, especially with what you have to pay now to see a movie. I mean, back when I used to go to the movies, it was like $2. And you got in, you know, and you get popcorn and a drink for $5. Now it's a small fortune. Like, I get pissed just covering myself to go to a movie, let alone you take a fucking date or you got to bring a kid. I mean, it's a small fucking fortune. But movies that I'm like, a Star Wars movie is gonna get me out in the theaters. Oh yeah, you know, James Bond's gonna get me out in the movie theaters. But a lot of other shit, I'll wait because it's not like when I was growing up, it was a fucking year till that thing came out on home video or it came out on HBO. You're talking a fucking, you know, a year. That's 12 months in case you didn't know. Nowadays, you have 3 to 4 months before it's on Blu-ray. So it's like, it's like, do I really care enough? Like, I could actually spend less to buy this motherfucker on Blu-ray and get a free digital copy with it for less than what it would cost me to go to the theater and get popcorn and a drink. So I'm old, I get annoyed easy, and I'm cheap. So let's weigh it out here.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like, I'm a big movie theater guy. I've always been a big movie theater guy. You know, any chance we get that we got to, you know, there's something that we both want to go see, you know, I'm pretty excited about that. There hasn't honestly been a ton of stuff in the theaters that I've wanted to see lately. Right. But yeah, like you said, man, any new Star Wars, anything like that, any big sci-fi you want to see on the big screen.
I also go a lot. I live, you know, within walking distance of the oldest theater in Louisiana. And it's like a movie geeks movie theater. It's not like, you know, the vibrating seats and shit like that. It's an old school theater, but they show like midnight movies. They show classics like Sunday mornings. They'll show like old Alfred Hitchcock. I went and saw a couple months ago. I went and saw Rebel Without a Cause and shit like that. On every Friday the 13th, they show a different Friday the 13th movie. Nice. During the summertime, there's always you know, they'll show like Jaws or Gremlins, you know, classics like that. They always show Rocky Horror there for midnight movies. So I'm more likely to go see an old movie that I've seen a million times than, you know, a new movie with Kevin Hart and The Rock. You know, there's not a lot of new shit that I care about. Maybe it's a lot like music. Maybe I'm just grumpy. I don't like new music, and I don't like Michael Bay Transformer movies. You know,
I'm telling you, that Bumblebee movie was pretty good, though.
Oh yeah, you and that Bumblebee. Good Lord, I'm waiting. Man. I'm waiting for the GoBots movie. I heard, or no. What do they make it? Mask. I used to have.
They're making a Mask movie. Wow.
Yeah, and I would probably go see that because I loved Mask toys as a kid. And I even
yeah, that's another thing I was wondering at like our childhood, like actual toys we played as a kid, how much overlap there was. Do you watch like the Toys That Made Us on Netflix?
Yeah, I love that.
That series is great, but like, like He-Man and Transformers. Stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I was all about GoBots, and because I kind of feel like my generation was the last one to have good toys. You don't see toys anymore. You don't see cartoons like when I was growing up. Saturdays was all about you would get up 7 a.m. would be cartoons till noon, and then at noon was wrestling. Yep. Then I'd watch Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Piper and shit. But you would watch these cartoons, and I would switch back and forth between the big three, ABC, CBS, and NBC for the cartoons. And all they really were, was an excuse to put up toy commercials, because that's where I'd find out about all the new toys. Because every commercial during cartoons was toys, but I had all the He-Man, G.I. Joe, GoBots, Mask, all that shit, man. I love that shit. I had all the fucking wrestling dolls and shit. Let's be honest, they were fucking dolls.
Action figures, man.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that, Kiss fans. They're fucking dolls.
It's Kiss. That's the name.
Yeah. I'll go see Mask. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if that shit, if I can watch it here naked on my bed, I'll just watch Mask in my bedroom. So there you go.
And when I watch Mask, I will picture you naked in your bedroom.
Yeah. You might want to like it. You'll be like, when's that thing going to turn into a dick? Many women I've slept with have asked the same question. On that note, kids.
All right. Well, that has been another episode of Diablos in Podcastica. Make sure you're heading over to the Facebook page, liking it, leaving a nice rating, and sharing this episode from that page so you can become a henchman on the next episode of Diablos in Podcastica. And then make sure you're also becoming a member of the Facebook group, just Diablos in Podcastica too. And you guys can talk amongst yourselves over there. All right. Well, make sure you're heading over to Apple Podcasts, leaving a nice 5-star rating, nice 5-star review. You have until April 15th to be put in the drawing for the Sepultura Quadra autograph CD. We will get that out to a nice winner. So for Diablos in Podcastica, I've been Joshua Toomey.
I'm He-Man.
And we are more than meets the eye.
We may look insane.
He said, well, tell Bill I said have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Diablos in Podcastica with Toomey and Wadzilla.